Yo, I can't hear nothing. keeper cut to the outside and turned on the Jets, and he was gone down the sideline.
And that's one thing about Jefferson. Oh, we can't hear nothing.
We don't hear each other.
Uh-oh.
I know. So 1st and 20.
I can hear you.
I don't hear you.
I can hear him.
It's a little jet sweep to Beard here to the near side.
What a good tackle.
So it looks like it's going to be a loss of a couple yards for Isaiah Beard on the play. Going to bring up 2nd down and probably 22 for the Applemen.
Long distance.
Now, Reggie, like this rain's starting to come down a little bit heavier, it's going to probably cause some problems for each team.
Especially with a team like Jefferson, very fast. Watch the cuts on the slippery. But the rain's coming down here in the junction.
So 2nd down, Thompson in the backfield. Sanders in motion. To give us a Sanders. He cuts off tackle up the middle. Good pickup for Sanders as he carries the ball down inside the 40 to the 37-yard line. Back to the original line of scrimmage goes Blake Sanders. So that'll bring up a big 3rd and 10 for the Applemen.
Makes it a lot more manageable too. Picked up a big chunk of that holding penalty just a little while ago called.
So 2 receivers here to the near side. Williston is the wideout. And 2 receivers to the far side as Thompson takes it himself up the middle. Nothing doing there. Maybe giving 2 yards on the play. That'll bring up 4th down for the Applemen. So a big decision here. I don't think it's too much of a decision. I think they will probably go for it.
Yeah, absolutely. You run a play like that, quarterback draw, you're already in your mindset, you're going to go for a 4th down no matter what you get on it.
And while we want to take a moment to apologize to everybody, we had some technical difficulties to start the game, but we're back up and running now, so appreciate you guys being patient with us. So 4th and 8 here for the Applemen. Thompson back to pass. He throws out to the flat. He's got Isaiah Beard. Nice catch there on the sideline by Beard, and it looks like he has enough for the 1st down.
I'm not going to lie. I didn't expect him to throw the ball on that play with the rain coming out and everything.
Yeah, that was a gutsy play. Good ball by Thompson also.
Had a nice tight spiral out here in the rain on that football.
Yeah, and an even better catch there by Beard right there on the sideline.
Musselman driving down here in Jefferson territory.
So 1st and 10 for the Applemen. Nothing doing there for Blake Sanders. Might have lost a yard on the play.
It looks like the first one to get to him on that play was looks like number 0, Nasir Jacobs.
So it'll be 2nd and 11 for the Applemen from the Cougars' 26-yard line. So with 5:15 to go in the half, Thompson in the pistol set with Sanders behind, and it looks like we're going to have a timeout, Applemen. That'll be their 2nd timeout of the half. So they want to make sure they get a good play set up here. They're in good position, scoring position for the first time tonight.
Yeah, and then you don't want to squander that opportunity down here either, JD. You don't want to squander opportunity. You want to put some points on the board.
Yeah, this is definitely probably the biggest possession so far of the half for the Applemen. They've got to get some kind of points out of this possession. And that if they want to have any chance of staying in the ball game.
Like I said, you're going to the second quarter, about 5 minutes left. You're down 19-0. To a team of Jefferson who can put points on the board very, very fast. So you want to score here to keep it close before going into the half. Hopefully get a stop as well.
Yeah, you're right, Reggie. They definitely got to get some momentum going and also get some stops on defense as well. So second down, empty set for Thompson. 3 receivers here to the near side. The man in motion is Beard. The fake to Beard. Thompson keeps it up the middle. He picks up about 5, maybe 6 yards on the play. So a good gain on second down for Michael Thompson. Actually, he gained 8 yards on the carry. So that'll bring up 3rd and short for the Applemen. And this has been the best field position they've had all half. And looks like they got the Cougars to jump. So that'll be an automatic first down for the Applemen. The Cougars just kind of got a little lackadaisical, not concentrating there. So that'll put the ball down inside the 20-yard line, about the 18. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Applemen with 4:19 left to go in the half. Sean Benton out here to the near side. You got Sanders in the backfield, and the Wildcat, he takes up the middle. He's got a little bit of room there, maybe call it 5 yards on the play. So a nice gain by Blake Sanders on first down. That'll put the Applemen inside the 10, down to maybe the 8-yard line. So Musselman is now knocking on the door with just a little over 3 minutes to go. Got to get some points here if you're the Applemen. It looks like in the Wildcat again, the snap goes to Miller. He's trying to gain some extra yards, and he's pushed back there at about the 7-yard line. Goes Braden Miller. So not a whole lot there. Brings up 3rd and about 3 for the Applemen.
Met by a plethora of Cougars at the line.
So as the rain comes down, the conditions start to get a little sloppier as the game goes on. So you really got to focus on holding on to that football, especially in this short yardage. So Miller takes the handoff up the middle again, pushes forward for maybe a couple more yards, close to the first down. I think he's still going to be about a yard short. Let's see where they mark it.
And with these conditions, JD, you're probably going to go for it anyway. I wouldn't kick the field goal even for points.
So they're going to measure here. See if the first down, and it's 4th down, just a little bit short. So it looks like it's going to be 4th and inches for the Applemen, and it's probably a no-brainer here, Reggie, as they will go for it from the 3-yard line.
This is a very big play right here. Try to put some points on the board.
So the Applemen stay in the Wildcat with Miller in the backfield. And it looks like we're going to have another timeout as Brian Thomas, coach of the Applemen, running out onto the field to get that timeout before the snap. That'll be their final timeout of the half.
Final and most important. They want to get that right play call in just for this situation.
Yeah, we'll see what Coach Thomas dials up here on a key 4th down for the Applemen. And, I mean, it's 4th and maybe 2 inches, Reggie. According to the down marker, they're right there.
And they ran in a direct snap, about 3 times in a row now? So I figure I can see probably the same play coming back up against Jefferson. I don't see a pass or anything like that coming here. Straight downhill, old school football like Musselman likes to do.
That's right. It's just going to be hard for them to continue to throw the ball like they had started off the game. And that's unfortunate for Musselman because Thompson had thrown some nice balls out to the flat to Beard and Woolston. But as the conditions just get a lot worse out there, the ball gets slipperier. And Sanders takes the handoff, and he's cut down there by Jacobs. A nice tackle, and I don't know if he got the first down or not. Well, they did get the first down, but not by much. So it'll be 1st and goal for the Applemen from the 2-yard line. And there goes Sanders again, trying to push forward, but the Cougars push him back, so he might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage, and that's probably about all.
Same as that play.
So the Cougars are trying to put up a nice defensive stand here to hold the Applemen from scoring here right before half.
This would be a big hole for Jefferson. They can hold him down here.
So Sanders in the backfield. He takes a direct snap, and it looks like he's in there. No, they stop him at the half-yard line, maybe even the 6-inch line. That's how close Blake Sanders got. So about 3rd and a foot, maybe.
If that.
Well, let's see if the Appleman can punch it in from here. And he stopped in the second effort, gets him in the end zone. Touchdown, Appleman, as Blake Sanders took the direct snap and punched it over the goal line for Appleman's first score of the game. So we talked about it a few minutes ago, Reggie, that this was probably the biggest possession of the half for them, and they had to get some kind of points, and they were able to get a touchdown, and that's going to be huge for the Applemen going into the half, as now they're only down 2 scores.
Very huge, big confident booster, especially capitalize on the extra point right here as well.
So Wilson Bonham on to kick the extra point. The kick is up, and it is good. So with 57 seconds left to go in the half, your score is the Jefferson Cougars 19, Musselman Appleman 7. So that gives the Applemen a little bit of life, a little bit of confidence, and a little bit of momentum going into the half, Reggie.
And they needed it too. Jefferson with them quick scores, and bam, 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 just like that. But what Jefferson can do, score in bunches, score quick.
Yeah, and the game, I know the viewers at home missed a good portion of the first half, but the game's really been a lot closer than the score indicated because first play of the game, Tayshawn Roper takes a little swing pass, 80 yards for a touchdown. Then the next possession, the Applemen have a pick six by Rodrigo Delgado, and all of a sudden they're down 12-0. So, and then another big long run by Roper puts them up 19-0. So they kind of got, a slow start to the game. A little pooch kick there by Bonham, a fair catch by Jackson Rockwell there at the 37-yard line, so where the Cougars will take over. So we'll see if the Cougars are content to just kind of run the ball a few times and run this clock out, or if they're going to try to put some more points on the board, as they have all 3 timeouts.
Yeah, if I know anything about Coach Hunter, he's going to try to score the ball here. He's not going to try to lay back. Because as you notice in the season, second half when Jefferson really starts to let their foot off the gas.
Right.
The past couple games for them.
So they got trips to the far side. Roper in the backfield with Herrick. Herrick swings it out here to Rockwell. Rockwell makes the catch, but with a minimal gain of maybe 3 yards on the play. And he gets out of bounds and stops the clock, but the clock continues to run. I don't know. It looked like he was pushed out of bounds, but the clock still continues to run. A bad snap. Herrick's got to run back to get it. He rolls out here and just throws it out of bounds. So not not what the Cougars wanted here right before halftime. You had that momentum, you have a couple big plays early in the game, and now you don't want to really, start to go backwards and kind of get out of sync, Reggie, right before halftime.
No, you don't. I'm surprised they haven't handed the ball off one of these times in this possession they've had the ball. 2 quick throws. And as we talk about it.
So it looks like the handoff goes to Roper for a short gain, so brings up 4th down for the Cougars and maybe 4th and 5 with 15 seconds left. And I believe the Cougars will be just content to let the time run out in the half.
Yeah, you don't want nothing crazy to happen. Like you saw a bad snap a little while ago. You don't want nothing so uncharacteristic and muscle on it.
Yeah, Reggie, so that'll conclude the first half of play with your score, Jefferson 19 and Musselman Appleman 7.
Now we're about to have some performances from the band come out here.
So we will take a break here as the band looks like they will come out to play in the rain. So kudos to the band that they're still going to come out and give you a halftime show. And we were going to be right back after a short break.
So the first thing we'll do when we get back on the air is we got to announce the sponsors. I don't know if you want to do it or I can do it. Doesn't matter. Who's the
are back, guys, here at Cougar Stadium, where your score is Jefferson 19 and the Applemen 7. We'd like to take a moment to thank some of our sponsors we weren't able to get to in the first half, and we apologize for that as we were going through some technical difficulties, not having our main man, Harry Brown, with us tonight as he prepares for a knee replacement surgery. So prayers go out to Harry. So we're going to get started here with our sponsors. We've got Cookies and Milk Daycare, Shelton Tree Services, State Farm Insurance, called Jared Ferguson, Smith and Naden Bush Insurance, Catro Law, Neil Powell Goosehead Insurance, Opequon Motors, called Jeremy Atkins, R&L Landscapes, Ameritech Tire and Auto, The Barn Bridal and Formal Wear, Mountain State Basketball Academy, Cheryl Yates of ERA Liberty Realty, Benchwarmer Sports Bar and Grill, Big Mike's Grillin', and Pearson Smith Realty. Call Sean Smith. So, Reggie, well, let's just do a little recap here before the second half starts. We had, kind of the Cougars hadn't really had that many possessions. I think we calculated it was 4 if you count the one there, the few plays they had right before halftime. So you really haven't seen a whole lot offensively from the Cougars, yet they're up 19-7. Musselman had the ball a lot, but they weren't able to get anything really going until late there in the half, and they had a late touchdown. So what does Musselman have to do, in your opinion, there to really get going to kind of just close this gap?
Well, what Musselman needs to do is what they did before: complete those long drives. Not let Jefferson have the ball, like something sort of like they did against Martinsburg a few weeks ago. Limit their possessions. The longer they keep the ball, the other team doesn't have the ball. So Musselman puts a long drive together and actually scores on it. That'll be really big for them.
Yeah, and I think you're right, because especially with the conditions the way they are, it'd be a good opportunity for the Applemen to keep it on the ground, run a lot of time. If they can kind of ground and pound all the way down and score like they did before halftime, they can kind of get themselves back in position and be close, to the game, to the Cougars for, But so on the Jefferson side, like I said, they haven't had the ball much. A couple big scores by Roper and a pick six by Delgado. Haven't seen Robinson yet, Dylan Herrick, some of these other guys get in the game. So we'll see here in the second half what the Cougars can do with the ball once they get the ball.
And with these conditions, JD, it kind of neutralizes your athletes just a little bit to make the playing field a little evenly. Because with Jefferson, pretty much it's their track team out there as receivers and running the ball and things. So with the rain, it slows them down just enough. So maybe that can be an advantage to Musselman as well. With the rain out here, maybe a more advantage to them than Jefferson.
Yeah, because Jefferson never really, other than the last couple plays before halftime, they didn't really get a chance to have the ball once the rain started to fall. So it'll be interesting to see how they adjust and how the players adjust with this rain. It looks like, it's still coming down pretty good. So as the rain falls, the field, the turf probably gets a little bit slicker. So they're going to just have to have a little bit more ball security.
So more security, more awareness of where you're at in the field, especially with these receivers and DBs trying to make cuts, wrong cut, and somebody's already gone for 80 yards down the field, as we've seen earlier.
Yeah, they just have to the Applemen are going to have to cut down on that, 1 or 2 play drives. You don't want a 1 or 2 play touchdown drive if you're the Applemen, in terms of the Cougars scoring so quickly. I mean, if you're going to, the Cougars score, you want to at least make them, put a long, sustained drive together, take time off, but, ultimately stop them, on 4th down, force them to punt.
Yeah, actually see they can actually put a drive together without the quick hitters. Something that Jefferson kind of struggles with throughout the year is putting very long drives together. They like to score quick and fast. You make them have to drive the ball down the field, they start to get a little lackadaisical sometimes. And that can be Musselman's advantage right there, as you said, make them drive down the field.
Yeah, Musselman, they're without their starting quarterback tonight, Eli Fleming, so that hurts him a little bit in the passing game, and he also likes to run the ball as well. But Michael Thompson, he's come in. He's done a fairly good job, I think. He's threw the ball pretty well in the first half when they had the opportunities to throw. Then the rain came down. They kind of switched it up a little bit. They took Thompson out, and they kind of went Wildcat with Blake Sanders and Braden Miller. So we'll see kind of if they kind of go back to what they started the game with, or if they will stick with the Wildcat formation here in the second half.
I can see a lot of Wildcat come out the second half. You don't want to pass too much, but Musselman's going to have to pass the ball to keep Jefferson on their toes, keep them honest. And Jay, that's got a couple of scores in from the EPAC around the state. Martinsburg 16, Spring Mill 6. Washington's up 24-0 at Hampshire. And a score from down southern West Virginia, Cabell Midland is up 21-0 against Huntington High. Bit of a shocker there.
That is a shocker. It looks like they're on their way to an upset as Huntington's one of the few teams that are still undefeated, as they're also ranked number 1 in the state. But Cabell Midland's no slouch. We've seen them put it on Musselman a couple weeks ago. So they've got a good powerhouse team this year. So they'll be, a contender for sure in the playoffs.
Oh, absolutely. Great football down that way. Like I said, 21-0 Cabell Midland. Man, that's something you didn't expect to see.
So the Cougars will receive the second half kick, and they will keep it away from Roper and Robinson, as Stephen Cameron will call for the fair catch there at the 40, and the Cougars will start there. 1st and 10.
We'll JD, with these conditions, let's see what Jefferson comes out with first. A little play action, a little quick hitter to the outside. They got to get number 2, Keyshawn Robinson, involved, though.
Yeah, definitely. They've been working on that. The last couple games, I've noticed they've really been pushing the ball his way more, and he's definitely capable. As you see, Roper did this. What Roper did, Robinson's capable of doing the same. As Robinson goes in motion, the handoff goes to Roper up the middle. Looks like he picks up 5, maybe 6 yards on the play. So not a bad run there on first down for Tayshawn Roper. That'll bring up 2nd and 5.
And good conservative play call on your first play of the drive.
And if Jefferson can go down and score here, they'll be well in control of this game. So 3 receivers to the top. The handoff goes to, Dillon keeps it up the middle. Looked like it went to Roper for a second, but Dillon pulls it, and he's close to the first down. Might be a yard short. That'll bring up 3rd and 1 with just a little over 11 minutes to go in the third quarter.
And as you said, with these conditions, JD, I can see a lot more read options from Jefferson for pretty much the rest of the night.
So Herrick has Rodrigo in the backfield as Roper goes and splits out in the slot. Jefferson's got 3 receivers to the top. Dillon's going to keep it up the middle. He's got the first down and more as he's grounding for extra yards down inside the 45 to about the 42-yard line of the Appleman. So a nice little run there up the middle by Dylan Herrick. As he see him holding on with the ball with 2 hands, that's what you're going to have to do. Ball security is going to be huge this half as the rain continues to fall.
Yeah, definitely won't be carrying like a loaf of bread, the coaches say. Nice and tight, tucked in.
So 2 receivers to each side. Roper in the backfield. Bad snap. Dylan Herrick picks it up. He swings it out here to Rockwell. Rockwell's got a little bit of room. Nice tackle there goes Blake Sanders. After maybe a short gain of 2 yards by Jackson Rockwell. It looks like he had a little more room to run, but that defense closed pretty quick, Reggie.
Yeah, and I've seen another bad snap on that play as well. Seen the ball getting a little wet. Moving in a lot of towels, a lot of hands.
Yeah, you see the official trying to wipe the ball off there. He's helping out each team probably as we're in under 10 minutes with 9:40 to go in the third quarter. It's 2nd down and 6 for the Cougars, who give the little jet sweep to Robinson. He cuts to the outside. He's trying to get the corner, and he does get to the edge. He's close to another first down, for the Cougars, but he's knocked out of bounds. It might be a yard or two short. Looks like they're marking him there at the 35, so he's going to be about 3 yards short of the first down. That'll bring up 3rd and 3 for the Cougars.
You can just see the speed as he gets close to the sideline, how he turned it up when he thought it was going to be a loss on the play.
Yeah, because he kind of went backwards a little bit. Most people, you go backwards, you're going to get, like you said, Reg, you're going to lose yardage. But Robinson with his speed. And Roper cuts to the outside, and he's got the first down for the Cougars there as he's pushed out there at about the 30-yard line. So with 9 minutes to go, it'll be actually 4th down. Looks like he got to the marker from here, but we're on the other side of the field, so they're going to take a measurement here. It looks like it's close enough.
Depending on the spot. It looked like he got it. I
thought he got past the sticks. Because, Reggie, it's where the ball is when he goes out of bounds, not necessarily where his body is.
Oh, absolutely. You see quarterbacks, players like Russell Wilson, who will stretch the ball in his opposite hand just to get them extra yards.
Yep.
Running towards the sideline.
So they're calling 4th down and inches for the Cougars, and I'm sure Hunter will go for it in this situation.
Absolutely. This is a no-brainer for Coach Hunter right here. A lot of momentum. Threatening down the Musselman territory.
I expect either Roper to carry it or maybe Dillon will keep it.
Yeah, I can definitely see a QB read right here. Nothing too fancy.
The Cougars have 3 receivers here to the near side as they're trying to get the chain set back up. So Roper in the backfield with Herrick.
They try to get him to jump off sides.
Yeah, it looks like they give him the hard count. And that didn't work.
Musselman stayed disciplined
They
on that.
did. So Roper switches sides to Herrick's left. Herrick will take the snap. Another low snap. Herrick looks like he's got the first down and more. Herrick down the sideline. There he goes. Dylan Herrick in for the score for the Cougars. Nice run by Herrick. He broke loose there for about a 32-yard touchdown run. And Dylan, boy, he looked fast going down that sideline.
He shot like a shot out of a rocket down there. Great block out there by Tayshawn Roper as well to lead him out there. Tiptoed the sideline. He was gone.
Yeah, I thought they were going to push him out of bounds. Dylan Herrick was able to keep his balance, and down the sideline he went. So Jonathan Panaris is on to kick the extra point. The snap, the hold, the kick is up, and it is good. So with your score, it's 8:28 left to go in the third. It's Jefferson Cougars 26 and Musselman Appleman 7. And while we have a chance, we're going to run down through our sponsors again. We have Shelton Tree Services, State Farm Insurance, call Jared Ferguson, Smith Nadenbush Insurance, call Elizabeth Bradley, Catro Law, Neil Powell Goosehead Insurance, Opequon Motors, call Jeremy Atkins, R&L Landscapes, America Tech Tire and Auto, The Barn Bridal and Formal Wear, Mountain State Basketball Academy, Cheryl Yates of ERA Liberty Realty, Benchwarmer Sports Bar and Grill, Big Mike's Grillin', Cookies and Milk Daycare, and Pearson Smith Realty. Call Sean Smith.
Thank you so much for our sponsors allowing us to do this, bring you sports.
So deep to receive. Looks like it's going to be Beard. And Miller takes the kickoff. And he tries to cut to the outside, and he's tackled there on the play. Nolan Melab on the tackle for the Cougars. So we'll see here what the Applemen choose to do. They're down 3 scores again. So I don't know if keeping the ball on the ground is going to be the best thing, because now they're down, another score. So trying to run a lot of time to run the ball as we're 8:23 left in the third quarter.
Yeah, they definitely need to score pretty quick. Don't want to run too much time off the clock. Like I said, with Jefferson's speed in the secondary and stuff, makes it a little harder to pass the ball.
Yeah, definitely. We'll see if what they choose to do, if they're going to go back to their, and it does look like number 11, Michael Thompson, is back in the game with Blake Sanders in the pistol behind him. A receiver to each side. Beard in motion. The handoff is to Sanders up the middle. He's got a minimal gain there of maybe a yard or two.
7.
Out to the 32-yard line, so pickup of 1 yard for Blake Sanders. That'll bring up 2nd and 9 for the Applemen with 8 minutes to go in the third quarter.
It's a very, very crucial drive for the Applemen right here. You need to come away with some points.
So Miller lined up behind Thompson with 2 receivers to the far side. Thompson pulls it, swings it out there to Beard. Beard stiffs arms a man, but he's pushed out of bounds there by Roper. He doesn't get much, if anything. He might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage. It looks like they might give him a yard, so that's going to bring up 3rd and long. They're going to call it 8 yards for the Applemen. So a big 3rd down here for Musselman.
Yeah, now you see that was a safe play right there. I mean, quick pitch out, pretty much the same as a handoff.
Basically, yeah. So would normally be a passing formation or situation for the Applemen. See if they feel comfortable enough. A little razzle-dazzle. Looked like he was trying to hand it off. The handoff goes there to number 1, Dalton Haynes, but he's pushed backwards, and it looks like he's going to lose a couple yards on the play.
It looks like in the backfield he shedded that tackle from number 7, Quentin Goins, because he had him dead to rights back there.
So that'll bring up 4th down for the Applemen, and they will be forced to punt.
Yeah, you definitely got to punt here. I mean, even though you're down 3 scores and things aren't looking right, you have to punt here. Keep Jefferson.
Yeah, there's still
out of
way
your
too much
territory.
time left.
But you don't want to kick it to that man back there.
Yeah, Keyshawn Robinson back deep to receive the punt. And he'll try to angle it out of bounds, and he does.
Let's see what they mark
A good
it at.
punt in terms of keeping it away from Robinson, but not a lot of yards on that punt. But it looks like it went out of bounds. I don't know where they marked the ball.
Real short.
Way
real
up. So
short.
actually it went out of bounds in their own territory there at the 42. It looked like it at least got over the 50, but we're not on that side, so.
That back judge had the judge had that better angle on it, but wow, I thought it was a lot
It looks
farther
like it
than
was
that.
only a punt of maybe 10 or 12 yards.
If that.
So Herrick with the snap. Another low snap. Herrick's got to pick it up, and he is sacked there by number 45 on the play, Braden Henderson. So just not getting good snaps here. Even before it rained, Reggie, there was a couple bad snaps. Low snaps and a couple that kind of rolled back to Herrick. And now that the rain's been falling, it's not going to get easier.
Could you see him go under center a couple plays here? I don't know if Coach Hunt
Not typically
like that.
something the
Yeah.
Cougars do. So, but if you're looking to secure the ball, Rodrigo to the right side.
Uh-oh.
Herrick swings it out to Roper. Roper has nowhere to go, but he
Still
breaks
up.
the tackle.
Uh-oh.
He cuts it back across the field.
Blockers.
He's got blockers.
blockers.
He's got a wall down the sideline. There goes Tayshawn
Let's go,
Roper.
boys.
Cuts back to the middle. Tackled there on the play around the 22, but that looked like that one might have been going to the house too. But good pursuit by the Appleman defense, but a great play by Tayshawn Roper to cut back across the field. And like you said, Reggie, he had a wall of blockers ahead of him.
Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't take that one to the house either. Maybe got a little fatigued on that. You see he's coming to the sideline.
Yeah, Roper ran 50 yards to actually gain 30. Maybe ran 70 yards to gain
Yes,
30.
I think he's a little winded right now. So
So 1st and 10 there from the 22-yard line for the Cougars. Herrick fakes it, takes it himself. He's going to lose a couple yards on the play. Probably should have handed that one to Delgado. So 2nd and 12 with just under 5 minutes to go here in this third quarter. The Cougars are knocking on the door again.
Musselman's got to hold him here. Musselman has to hold the Cougars here to at least a field goal, if anything.
2 receivers to each side. So Delgado and another bad snap. Herrick picked it up. He lost it again. And a huge loss way back to the 43-yard line. It's just going from bad to worse for the Cougars with these snaps. They just can't, and the snap's low, but Herrick just can't get a handle on the snap. So he's got his towel, he's wiping his hands off, but that ball must be really wet because he tried to pick it up, couldn't pick it up, and then just had to fall on it before the Appleman recovered.
Yeah, with low snaps and with the speed the snap's coming, you might want to tell your center, slow it down just a little bit, just to get a little more air under the snap.
So probably we're looking at 3rd and 30 here for the Cougars.
And
another bad snap. Herrick's just got to tuck it in. He swings it there. He's got, looks like maybe Bub Shelton, number 5, with the reception. He cuts it into the middle of the field. Not a big gain on the play. Still going to be 2nd and forever. Or actually, I'm sorry, it's 4th down. So will the Cougars punt it, or will they go for it on 4th and probably 25?
With the way the game's going, the way you're up right now, the speed you have, it wouldn't surprise me if Coach Hunter actually went for this 4th down.
Well, I see Quentin Goins kind of standing out on the field there by the sideline, and he's the Cougars punter. I'm not sure why it's taken quite so long to make a decision on whether you're punting, but I'm like you, Reggie. You're on the 37-yard line of the Appleman. You've got the momentum. You're up 3 scores. Why not just go for it?
Yeah, go for it, and even if you don't pass the ball.
So we have 2:48 left to go in the third quarter, and there's a timeout as the Cougars will talk it over. And while we got a moment, we'll run down through our sponsors again. Shelton Tree Services, State Farm Insurance, call Jared Ferguson. Smith Nadenbush Insurance, call Elizabeth Bradley. Catro Law, Neil Powell Goosehead Insurance. Opequon Motors, call Jeremy Atkins. R&L Landscapes, Ameritech Tire and Auto, The Barn Bridal and Formal Wear, Mountain State Basketball Academy, Cheryl Yates of ERA Liberty Realty, Benchwarmer Sports Bar and Grill, Big Mike's Grillin', Cookies and Milk Daycare, and Pearson Smith Realty. Call Sean Smith. So thanks to all our sponsors that make this broadcast possible. We could not do it without you. So the Cougars are back out. 4th down and long for the Cougars, and they are going to go for it. 2 receivers to each side. Delgado to the right of Herrick. Herrick's back to pass. He's under pressure. He just flips it out as he was under a lot of heat there by number 43, Taryn Boyles.
That seemed like just a broken play right there.
Just wasn't executed well at all, but like you said, he was under a lot of pressure, and Dillon had no time. He tried to step up in the pocket, but Boyles was right there to wrap him up. Herrick tried to flick it out to a receiver. No one was in the area. So the Appleman will take over on downs, and that's huge. That's exactly what the Appleman needed, is they will take over on their own 37-yard line.
So they can get a little something going on in his drive.
So the empty set here for Thompson. 3 receivers to the far side. We got 2 to the near side. Thompson will take the snap himself. He cuts it up the middle. Thompson's got some room to run out over the 50, down to inside the 45-yard line, so maybe the 43. So good run by Michael Thompson.
So he brought down by number 2, Keyshawn Robinson. And that's a play that Jefferson, I don't think, was expecting the quarterback keeper on, which
Yeah, it just seemed like the middle of the field just opened wide up while they had a big spread. And they're going to go back to the empty set with trips to the near side again. The Applemen try to get the Cougars to jump off sides, but they stayed disciplined.
Well, it seems like Jefferson defensive lines lined up a little further off the ball just for that extra little bit of momentum that they jump.
Thompson sends Beard in motion. A little give to Beard. He keeps it himself again, and he's knocked down there. Big hit by Jacobs on the play.
Laying the lumber.
Thompson just got back to the line of scrimmage, and Nasir laid some wood on the play that time. So 1:45 left to go in the third quarter. It is 2nd and 10 now for the Applemen as there's a flag, and it looks like it's going to be a personal foul, dead ball foul on the Cougars. So a big penalty goes against the Cougars on the play. I'm not sure who the penalty's on.
Nobody's.
But somebody's.
If Coach Hunter looks as well, he has looking for an explanation of what's going on down there.
Yeah, somebody said something that the referees did not like. I saw Quentin Goins kind of throwing his hands up, so I don't know if Quentin was the guilty party or not. But you just can't give up these silly penalties like personal fouls. You're the Musselman's down 3 scores, but you're giving them a lot better field position. Now they're inside the 30 at the 28. So Haynes takes the handoff from Thompson. He tries to cut back inside. He picks up maybe 3 yards on the play. He's down to looks like the 25-yard line is Dalton Haynes.
Yeah, and going back to that unsportsmanlike conduct, probably something said after the big hit by Nasir Jacobs.
Yep.
Probably a little taunting or something like that.
Yeah, when you make a big play, it's just better to just turn around, keep your mouth shut, go back to the huddle, and get ready for the next play. So 2nd down and about 7 for the Applemen as we're inside a minute to go here in this third quarter. So Wollaston here to the near side, split wide, as Thompson has Blake Sanders in the backfield. And the handoff goes to Sanders, and he gets back to the line of scrimmage, and that is all as the Cougars defense holds strong once again. So that'll bring up another big 3rd down and 7 for the Applemen as the third quarter winds down. So I think they're just going to let the time run out in the quarter, and we will start the fourth quarter at the other end of the field. So at the end of your third quarter, it's the Jefferson Cougars 26, Musselman Applemen 7.
And
we're going to stay right here, guys. We are without commercials for our sponsors tonight. We apologize, but I will run down through our sponsors once again. We'd like to thank all of our sponsors: Shelton Tree Services, State Farm Insurance, call Jared Ferguson; Smith Nadenbush Insurance, call Elizabeth Bradley; Catro Law; Neil Powell Goosehead Insurance; Opequon Motors, call Jeremy Atkins; R&L Landscapes, Ameritech Tire and Auto, the Barn Bridal and Formal Wear, Mountain State Basketball Academy, Cheryl Yates of ERA Liberty Realty, Benchwarmer Sports Bar and Grill, Big Mike's Grillin', Cookies and Milk Daycare, Pearson Smith Realty, call Sean Smith. Again, thanks to all our sponsors who make it possible to broadcast and bring you guys these games.
Yes, thank
to
you
the
very
viewers
much.
at home.
Thank you. Home team really appreciates it. Fans at home who can't make it out to these games really appreciate it as well. It's been years and years that there wasn't anything to have for Jefferson sports.
And as we get ready to start the fourth quarter, I'd like to also give a big shout-out to our local man, Tyson Bagent, who will make his first start for the Chicago Bears on Sunday. A huge opportunity for Tyson, and we're all proud of you, young man. Go and do your thing and tear it up.
Absolutely.
So Thompson again on the keeper up the middle. enough for a first down.
And again, it was in that spread, 5-wide empty set formation. He runs right up the middle.
Yeah, that seems to be working. It seems like there's some holes opening up there in the middle of that defense of the Cougars. So if they stick with that, it looks like Musselman can just ground and pound. But at the same time, Reggie, that also runs a lot of time off the clock.
I'd be interested to see they throw it up to big number 88 down there.
Yeah, the rain has let up a little bit, it looks like. So maybe, yep, Thompson's back to pass. He throws it up there. He's got a man off Beard's hands. It was defended well in the play by Keyshawn Robinson. But a great effort there by Isaiah Beard, but just couldn't quite make the grab. And not a bad ball by Thompson on the play either, as he threw it out to where only Beard could make the catch.
And you throw it that way, especially the Keyshawn side, so there's not an area he can't cover or get to fast enough. So that was a pretty placed ball, but the speed of
he had to throw
Robinson.
it right on the money, but just off the fingertips of Isaiah Beard. That'll bring up 2nd and 10 for the Applemen with 11:11 to go in your ball game. A receiver two here to the near side. It's Colton Shelton. He's
right
guarded by Roper. Handoff goes to Blake Sanders up the middle. He's got a little bit of room as he pushes forward. Nice gain there on 2nd down of about 8 for Blake Sanders.
Seems like they see something in the middle of that Jefferson Cougar line down there.
Yeah, they've been gashing them up the middle this whole drive. With quarterback keepers and Blake Sanders running. Sanders in the backfield behind Thompson again. Thompson's walking towards his own sideline.
Trying to get the play cards.
Yeah, not sure. So here he comes back.
A little awkward. Didn't see a lot of hand signals over there to get the play in.
Yep, the handoff goes to Sanders again. Actually, no, Thompson keeps the ball, but it kind of looked like it might have been a little bit of miscommunication between Sanders and Thompson.
Like a little miscommunication there.
I just think he missed the handoff, or maybe Thompson decided to keep it a little late, and he was wrapped up there for no gain. So that brings up 4th and 3 now for the Applemen. So might be the biggest play of the game so far for Musselman, as they have to get this first down to keep their drive alive and to keep their hopes alive in this ball game. So Sanders behind Thompson. Thompson rolls out to the near side. He's got a receiver, and that's Isaiah Beard, and he's in for the score for the Applemen.
Big drive, big-time throw. Confident in that throw as well.
And he threw that ball in a crowd. It looked like for a second it could have almost been picked off. It wasn't the best pass, had a little wobbly, but Isaiah Beard was sitting there right around the 2 or 3 yard line and just turned and walked right into the end zone.
And plays like that, I feel like Jefferson wasn't really prepared for him to actually throw the ball. I thought they were going to get to him a little sooner than that, and it kind of caught him off guard.
The kick is up, and it is good. So your score is Jefferson Cougars 26, Musselman Applemen 14. So that puts Musselman right back in this game. It's a 2-score game. So they stopped Jefferson, turned him over on downs, drove the ball down the field, put points on the board, kind of what they did right before halftime. That's what, Musselman wanted to do. So now the problem here, Reggie, is the time. With 9:37 left to go in the ball game, can Musselman stop the Cougars again and still put a nice drive? They're going to have to put a quicker drive together as they're still down 2 scores.
Well, as you said earlier, JD, like last week, Jefferson seems to burn out a little bit in the second half, trying to let off the foot of the gas, and hopefully they don't do that here. Musselman's right there with them.
Another pooch kick over there, fair catch called by Rockwell.
And with these bad snaps that's been going on, it could be easy turnover for Musselman.
Yeah, the Cougars will start there from their own 31. So we'll see if the Cougars are just kind of content to start running some time now with this possession, or if they just want to, march it down the field, maybe hit them with a big play again to get back up 3 scores.
And like
I don't think you can ever be content with just being up 2 scores with still 9:37 left to go in the ball game.
You want to be smart, but you want to keep running your style of play. Jefferson style play is fast. Oh, somebody else?
So the handoff goes to Rodrigo Delgado, straight up the middle as he powers up the field, carrying runners and tacklers for about a gain of 7. So a nice, powerful run by Rodrigo Delgado.
And see, that's something Jefferson has that a lot of teams don't understand. They have thunder and lightning.
That's right.
They have thunder and lightning.
I like the combination of Delgado and Roper.
A little bit of Lindo White and Reggie Bush.
That's right. Herrick gives the handoff again to Delgado. He cuts to the outside. Delgado's got some speed to the outside.
We got a little laundry on the field over there, JD. A little laundry
Looks like
on the
that
field.
might be a holding, Reggie, and it's going to come back. But a great run and a burst by Rodrigo. And a lot of people don't know that Rodrigo runs a 4.5 40. He's a track guy also. He's very deceptive with his speed. But if Rodrigo breaks loose, he's going to be hard to catch too.
Absolutely. Like I said, that goes for pretty much all those Jefferson athletes out there. All those skills positions.
Yeah, and I've always told people, if you're a football player, go run track.
Absolutely.
It only can help. You definitely won't get slower. That's for sure.
As you can see, prime example, the Miami Dolphins are a track team.
They got a track team too. Delgado takes the handoff again. He cuts up the middle. He's powering his way, carrying tacklers. Delgado running like a man possessed, out close to the 50-yard line.
Uh-oh, hold on. Got some more laundry on the field.
Wow. Back-to-back plays as he picked up the first down. But hold everything. Delgado's probably like, come on, guys. What do I got to do?
Power running out there. Haven't seen one person take it down by himself yet.
Yeah, he's usually not taken down by the first man that makes contact. And that's what I love about Rodrigo. He runs so hard and keeps his legs turning.
And like you said,
Always falling forward, always getting positive yards.
He's going to pretty much run through you. Roper's going to run past you.
That's right. So second and about 12 with 8:22 left to go in the fourth quarter. So Delgado remains the back with Herrick. Herrick's back to pass. He's looking for a man. He rolls out to the far side. Dylan Herrick takes off. He's got some room. Out of bounds over the 40. Looks like he picked up the first down.
First down, Cougars.
Beautiful.
Well, he runs. He holds that ball out, which I don't necessarily like that, especially with the wet field, a wet ball.
Absolutely.
But he wanted to make sure he held it out over the first down before he went out of bounds.
I think he was real cautious of where he was at. Make sure there wasn't no other Applemen close to him that could smack the ball, smack his arm.
So a big first down for the Cougars. They take over there. So Herrick will back to pass. He swings it out there. Not a great pass by Herrick. I think he was looking to have Robinson a little farther down the field. And Robinson cut that route off a little bit short.
Mm-hmm.
Could have almost been intercepted there. So the Cougars got lucky. So 2nd and 10 for the Cougars with 8:01 to go in the fourth quarter.
Just a couple missed opportunities trying to get the ball in Robinson's hands. And if he doesn't have help over there, I'd probably go up top.
So Robinson,
There it
another
is.
bad snap,
There's a
rolls
snap.
back to Herrick. Herrick has to fall on it again. So this has been kind of the Achilles heel for Jefferson during the game, especially this second half.
Shooting herself in the foot.
That's about the 5th or 6th bad snap that we've seen. And I get it, the ball's wet, and, but you just got to take better care of the ball. Maybe if you're not going to go under center, Reggie, maybe come up a little bit on the shotgun. So it's not quite as long of a snap. I know you've got timing and you've got read options and things like that, but you have to do something to help your center and your quarterback
Come up a little bit.
out a
run
little
more
bit.
Pistol style.
So Herrick back to throw again. He's under a lot of pressure, and down goes
That
Herrick.
is a big stop for the Applemen.
Absolutely. So that is going to bring up 4th down for the Cougars.
And I'm pretty sure I just heard the train horn on that stop for Musselman.
So we're under 7 minutes to go here in the 4th quarter, and it's 4th and 30 for the Cougars, and that will bring on Quentin Goins to punt and give the ball right back to the Applemen.
And they got to be real careful here with the bad snaps and stuff.
They've got to score quick, though, when the Applemen get the ball back, because with their style of offense that they normally like to run, especially tonight with the conditions the way they are, they're just not – they do not have enough time to run that ground and pound to score 2 times. Now, they do have the onside kick option, so I shouldn't really say that because they could score with a couple minutes to go, get an onside kick. Well, Goins has to avoid a man, gets the punt off.
Good move.
Not a bad punt there by Goins as it takes a nice Cougar roll inside the 30. It'll be down there at the 27-yard line.
But just the awareness of him down there to not kick it right away, kind of fake the defender out before he kicked the ball, was high instinct, high IQ football.
Yeah, because if he would have tried to kick it, he would have either gotten tackled or would have been blocked for sure. But he ended up getting the punt off with 6:04 to go. The Applemen take over on their own 27-yard line. So another big possession, but every possession is big for the Applemen at this point in the game.
Got to score quick. Got to score fast.
So it looks like Dalton Haynes in motion. Swings back to Blake Sanders. Blake Sanders gets to the outside. Woo! Great tackle there on the play. It looks like a Jared Wilberger running out there from his defensive end position. Looked like Blake Sanders was going to break loose down the sideline.
It's good discipline of actually staying home. A couple more steps in to go for that read, and he was gone.
So a pickup of 4 yards on the play to bring up 2nd and 6 with 5:33 left to go in your game. The handoff goes to Sanders, and he gets nothing back to the line of scrimmage.
And that's what something Musselman really can't do is harp on. They should have the next play in and ready to go.
Yeah, they need to really hurry up here. They need to, have plays ready to go, because time is not on their side at the moment. So 2 receivers tight to each side with Sanders behind Thompson. Thompson's back to throw. He's looking for a guy. He's under pressure. Down goes Michael Thompson. Sacked there by Jared Wilberger again on the play. And that is huge.
2 big plays by Wilberger as well. Big plays.
Well, that's going to bring up a 4th down and about 10 for the Applemen. With your score here with 4:30 left to go, the Cougars 26 and the Applemen 14. The Applemen will go for it from their own 27-yard line.
Ooh, this is huge. I know you need it, but...
So Thompson's back to pass. He's looking for a man. He's under pressure. Thompson tucks it and runs. Makes a nice move, cuts up the field, runs over a man. Wow, he actually trucked over Nolan Melab, picked up the 1st down.
Are they giving him the spot?
Yeah, they signal 1st down.
Woo! Gutsy move to just take on a defender like that. Real
Usually
gutsy.
Melab's not on that end. He's on the other end of the hit stick. So that keeps their drive alive. Thompson back to throw again. He's looking for a man here to the near side on the sideline. Just goes out of bounds. Great coverage on the play by Roper. But it looks like they're going to call pass interference, as Roper kind of was riding him out of bounds, but I don't think that ball was catchable, Reggie.
That perfect position, had his head turned around and everything.
Because I think even if Roper had hands, I don't think he would have come down in bounds with the catch.
It's a tough spot.
But nonetheless, a big play for the Applemen again as they continue to move the ball down the field. With just 4 minutes to go, they're down 2 scores. So they're waving off the flag.
Okay, referees got together and talked about it.
And I kind of do agree with that one. I think it was just great coverage on Rober's part. I don't think he forced him out of bounds. I think the ball was it was going out of bounds, and I don't know if it was necessarily going to be a catchable ball. Maybe if you're 6'4", Troy Woolston would have had a chance.
Which I'm surprised they haven't really tried to throw the ball up to him.
They really haven't gotten him involved at all, offensively.
Had a beautiful catch earlier in the game, toe tap and everything.
So Thompson in the shotgun again with Sanders behind him. 3 receivers here to the near side. Thompson back to throw. Steps up in the pocket. He's got to run. Not much there as he gains a couple out to the 40-yard line. That's going to be 3rd down and 8 with 3:45 left to go in your ball game.
Yeah, so if Musselman has a trick play here to try to get down the field, it's a good time to use it right here. But they've got to get a huge chunk of yardage right here.
2 receivers to each side, tight in close to the line. And a bunch formation. Thompson has a man. It's a batted away. And is it caught? Incomplete. Troy Woolston tried to make the catch off the deflection, but couldn't quite get there before the ball hit the ground. Little shades of Franco Harris in the immaculate reception. Except he would have caught it on his feet. He would have dove out, but So 4th down and 8 for the Applemen, and this is probably the game for them. With 3:20 to go, down 2 scores.
And Jefferson's probably going to bring a little
Thompson
pressure.
with the empty set, trying to get the Cougars to jump off sides.
A
little false start. He didn't call it. He swings it out to Woolston. Woolston goes up. The ball deflects off his hands. The Cougars will take over on downs. But it looked like, was it Woolston that jumped? But I think the official's saying that he got set because he didn't jump across the line. He did step, but he got set. I don't know. It looked like to me it was a false start. He didn't throw the flag.
He
but
kind of stepped out in the base position. So
regardless, so it looks like we're going to have a personal foul on Coach Hunter of the Jefferson Cougars.
I'm not sure. It looks like a player because Hunter.
Or a player. Might have been Nolan Milab. I don't know. I'm not sure. I see Coach Hunter yelling at him, maybe some of the other players, because that would be huge. That's going to keep the drive alive and keep Musselman's hopes for this game. No?
Already changed the possession. Dead ball foul.
Oh, we got it. Okay, so the Cougars, I apologize. The Cougars already had possession, so it was a dead ball foul, so that just backs them up. They will retain possession and start from their own 45 with 3:16 left to go in your game. Officials call timeout.
Chain gang. Oh, never mind.
Well, no, the chains aren't right.
Yeah,
they got the guy way down here on the 30.
Because of that
well, both of them, they need to come up.
No, unsportsmanlike conduct.
No, they're right.
Really? It's not 1st and 20? All right.
So they already marked the yardage off, so there was a little bit of confusion about where they should mark the chains, but it's 1st and 10 from the Cougars 45. Herrick gives to Delgado. He tries to bounce it outside. Delgado's got some room. There goes Rodrigo Delgado down the sideline, and he does a smart thing, stays in bounds, and just slides down there at about the 25. That's a heads-up play, Reggie, by the senior Delgado.
Yes, sir.
That keeps the time running because he could have easily not got pushed out of bounds or ran out of bounds.
Or try to look for some more contact and risk maybe fun ball. He's looking for contact.
But once again, you see that burst by Delgado getting to the edge. Delgado, Herrick takes the handoff up the middle. He picks up about 4 yards on the play, down inside the 25, down to about the 22-yard line is Dylan Herrick. With 2:24 left to go in your game, the Cougars up 26-14.
With 2 minutes and 18 seconds counting on the clock for the fourth quarter.
With probably another first down, they're going to seal this game The handoff goes to Delgado, powers his way up the middle again and falls close to the first down. Looks like he's going to be a yard short.
If you're the Musselman defense right now, one person got to hold somebody up, the other's got to go for the ball if you need a turnover.
Definitely. They need to just try to strip that ball. We're under 2 minutes to go. The Cougars they know the Cougars are going to keep the ball on the ground. You need a huge stop, huge play for the defense.
And you know what's coming at you. It's like Delgado's got a second wind about him.
So Leland Benner in motion. The handoff goes to Delgado up the middle. He stopped there. Second effort gets the first down.
And
Delgado still going. Down inside the 10-yard line to maybe the 8 or the 7 goes Rodrigo Delgado, and he continues to drag tacklers with him, never going down on first contact, keeping those legs turning. So that'll be a timeout for the Applemen with 1:26 left to go. And I like to run down through our sponsors again. Shelton Tree Services, State Farm Insurance, call Jared Ferguson. Smith Nadenbush Insurance, call Elizabeth Bradley. Catro Law, Neil Powell Goosehead Insurance. Opequon Motors, call Jeremy Atkins. R&L Landscapes, Ameritech Tire and Auto, The Barn Bridal and Formal Wear, Mountain State Basketball Academy, Cheryl Yates of ERA Liberty Realty, Benchwarmer Sports Bar and Grill, Big Mike's Grillin', Cookies and Milk Daycare, Pearson Smith Realty, call Sean Smith. Again, we'd like to thank our sponsors. We much appreciate everything that you do.
And a quick score update, Martinsburg 23, Spring Mill 6, and Murphy Clemente just ran in for a 1-yard touchdown.
The handoff goes to Delgado. He's trying to break loose, and they've got him wrapped up there. So another timeout by the Applemen.
And one more score update that we got from Southern West Virginia. Cabell Midland 24, Huntington 7. Going into the third quarter.
So Huntington gets on the board, kind of closed the gap a little bit, but it's going to be tough to come back from that.
Tough sledding down there. It's a
Be
talented
a big
Cabell
upset
Midland
by
team.
Cabell Midland. So second down from the 10-yard line as Delgado loses a couple on the play. So we have 1:17 left to go in the game. Your score remains 26-14 in favor of the Cougars. Delgado, I'm not sure if there's anything going on with Roper or not, but Delgado's gotten the bulk of the carries these last couple series. And there goes Delgado. He's in for the score as he puts the exclamation point on this game for the Jefferson Cougars.
It seems like Delgado's been Jefferson's closer lately.
Yeah, well deserving of Delgado as he's had some great runs, a couple good runs earlier in the quarter that got called back.
And just Jefferson can hit you with so many ways. As you see, Roper earlier with the speed, and then Delgado with the power and speed.
Yeah, I like the 1-2 combination between Roper and Delgado.
That's a scary combination.
The kick is up by Paneros, and it is good.
Right,
and that puts your Cougars up 32-14 over the Musselman Applemen with 33-14 with 1:13 left to go in the ball game. And I'd like to give our sponsors another shout out again. We could not do this without you, and we apologize once again for not having commercials. Shelton Tree Services, State Farm Insurance, call Jared Ferguson. Smith Nadenbush Insurance, call Elizabeth Bradley. Catro Law, Neil Powell Goosehead Insurance. Opequon Motors, call Jeremy Atkins. R&L Landscapes, Ameritech Tire and Auto, The Barn Bridal and Formal Wear, Mountain State Basketball Academy, Cheryl Yates of ERA Liberty Realty, Benchwarmer Sports Bar and Grill, Big Mike's Grillin', Cookies and Milk Daycare, Pearson Smith Realty, call Sean Smith. And again, we apologize for not being able to run commercials tonight as we've had some technical difficulties to start the night.
But thank you for
Cougars
sticking with us.
Just pooch it down there. He takes it by Colton's Shelton there. It looks like he slips there at about the 25, maybe the 26-yard line. So the Applemen will take over there with 1:09 left to go in the ball game.
So with 1:09 left, JD, what do you do for the Applemen? You still want to try to score, or do you just try to hold on to the ball, run some stuff, get ready for next week?
Well,
what's the mindset going on, Coach?
If I'm Coach Thomas, you know, you kind of already know that you're pretty much out of the ball game. I wouldn't want to get anybody hurt. So, especially with the field conditions the way they are, I think I'd just probably keep it on the ground, get out of here with everybody healthy, and get ready for next week.
Yeah, absolutely. No need to risk injuries, especially star players. Still a little more season left.
You've already had your starting quarterback out tonight, and I give credit to Michael Thompson. He's been the backup this year. He did an admirable job, I think, coming in, stepping in for Fleming. So give him credit. You know, he made some big runs and a couple nice throws when he needed to. So a little bunch formation to either side as the Applemen will keep it on the ground.
A couple subs in the game for the Applemen.
Yeah, it looks like they're just ready to get out of here, regroup for next week. As number 15 is in at quarterback. I don't have a number for him on the roster.
Number 15 for Musselman, that'd be Ty Ricketts.
So both teams getting some subs in the game. We're under a minute to go with 35 seconds left in the game. Second down and 9 for the Applemen. The number 4, Nate LaSure, takes the handoff for the Applemen and picks up a couple yards on the play.
A little sportsmanship down there from both teams.
They might be able to get another play off if they want, but they don't need to run another play. And it looks like that's probably going to be it.
They're going to try to run another one.
It looks like they're hurrying to the line and maybe get off one more with 3 seconds to go. They do get the play off. Direct snap to the quarterback up the middle. He's out over to the 30. And that'll do it, folks. That's your ball game with the Jefferson Cougars taking this victory tonight, 33-14 over the Musselman Applemen. And we will come back with your player of the game right after this. We are going to thank our sponsors once again, since we don't have a commercial break to go to. We want to thank Shelton's Tree Services, State Farm Insurance, call Jared Ferguson, Smith Nadenbush Insurance, call Elizabeth Bradley, Catro Law, Neil Powell Goosehead Insurance, Opekin Motors, call Jeremy Atkins, R&L Landscapes, Ameritech Tire and Auto, the Barn Bridal and Formal Wear, Mountain State Basketball Academy, Cheryl Yates of ERA Liberty Realty, Bench Warmers Sports Bar and Grill, Big Mike's Grillin', Cookies and Milk Daycare, Pearson Smith Realty, call Sean Smith. So that'll conclude the game tonight. We are going to bring up momentarily our State Farm Insurance player of the game, Tayshawn Roper, who had 2 huge runs early in the ball game. I think the first run was 80 yards and a touchdown. The other one might have been 65 yards for Tayshawn. So congratulations, Tayshawn Roper, for being our player of the game tonight. But big props to also Rodrigo Delgado, who had some huge runs, some big runs, picking up first downs. Also, we'd like to give him credit for a heck of a game played tonight. So as we wrap up this game, we'll talk a little bit about what, transpired throughout the game tonight. The Cougars jumped on top early and often in the first quarter as Roper had 2 big touchdown runs, followed also by Rodrigo's pick 6. And we're going to have Tayshawn Roper in here as our State Farm player of the game just momentarily. Tayshawn, come over here. You got us, Jeremy? So I'm here with the State Farm player of the game, Tayshawn Roper. Tayshawn, take me through the first play of the game. Let's back up just a little bit. First play of the game, a little swing out pass, bubble screen to you. You made a move down the sideline. Let's talk about that first play real quick.
Just trying to get different looks. So spread me out more, playing receiver. Just different formation for me. So just got a little swing route. Saw the hole, and then I got off to the races.
Yeah, that was great. You use your speed, which I love, running track. It's, awesome to see. Then on your second touchdown, I think it was roughly in the 65 yards or something. Was that another big run? Was that a run or a swing pass to you again?
I think it was our counter play. The play got stopped up, so I saw a hole to our left. I cut it back, and I just went up the sideline.
So last week we saw you guys, win a big game there in Millbrook. You had a pick 6 down the sideline. So what was the message this week kind of going into Musselman? They come in with a 3-4 record, but Musselman's always tough. So what was Coach Hunter telling you guys this week in practice?
Just telling us don't play down to the opponent. Always fight, always keep going, and just do what we do.
Definitely.
We played hard. Got a little messy at the end, but we be able to fall through it.
So was I noticed the last couple series, you had Rodrigo in there running. Was something going on with you, or they were just giving opportunities to Rodrigo at that point in the game?
No, just giving opportunities to Rodrigo. Trying to get him the ball more, trying to get him the field.
Yeah, Rodrigo played a heck of a game, too, with the pick 6 and everything. But so you guys are going to next week, you got a big game, too, to kind of keep this ball rolling. You guys are on, a four-game, I think, winning streak or something like that. So you guys are looking to go into playoffs. So what are you guys kind of week to week with each game, or are you guys kind of already talking about playoffs?
No, we're just week to week. We want to get a win by each week. We don't want to look forward because then we get too relaxed. So we just want to take each opponent serious and get our wins.
Well, that's perfect. Well, congratulations again, Tayshawn. Heck of a game. You always come out with some kind of exciting plays. You go join your team, and we'll look forward to seeing you next week.
Thank you.
This is J.D. Fritz for Home Team Sports. Again, we want to shout out Harry Brown, our main man producer, who wasn't able to be with us tonight. But kudos to Jeremy Atkins and H.G. Franklin for getting this thing going for us. And I'd like to thank also Tim Simmons also on the camera for us. I'm J.D. Fritz, and we'll see you guys next week on another great broadcast for Home Team Sports. And we are out, guys.